Hello guys, and breaking down the MLB PrizePicks slate for Tuesday, May 31st. Kind of a tough day for Monday, but of course, we're keeping the same process here as we go. Always giving you guys the plays, and with all the research that I do, showing you guys why I like each and every pick. So for first inning runs allowed, there is one prop that I'm interested in, and it would be a lock, but because it is, there looks like it's could be PPD'd. Obviously you're going to get this as a DNP. So I would say wait on this one. They have it on the board, should remain up for until the game starts. It's Colorado and Miami. This game's going to be in Coors Field. This didn't hit on Monday, but Pablo Lopez, he's a stud, and he was just able to shut down the opponents. And then same with Ryan Feltner. He actually was really good, only allowing one run. And I don't expect the Marlins to score one run the whole game. Again, Herman Marquez has been pretty bad, and anytime you get a Coors Field game, there's always going to be juice on the over here for PrizePicks. So, like the over, but we might not be able to play this, so just be wary of that. Now, on to fantasy score for the pitchers. So there's two from the same game: Blake Snell, Adam Wainwright. For Snell, it's going to be an under 27.5, and I'm just going to show you guys the Cardinals. They are the best team against left-handed pitching. 140 WRC plus, leading the league by an enormous margin. They walk at a good rate. They don't strike out. So Blake Snell, he Ks guys, but because this Cardinals lineup does not K at all, second lowest K percentage against lefties, in a high walk rate that Snell, he struggles with. He doesn't allow a ton of hits, but he always just gets into trouble. He gets long at bats. This Cardinals lineup is going to be stacked with righties, so I think it's going to be tough for him to get a quality start. He usually doesn't go 6, and even if he does go, even if he's honestly, I don't think he goes 6, but that is because this fantasy score, 27.5, every increment of 3 is very important for pitchers because of pitching outs and also strikeouts. Earned runs are all around 3. Pitching outs because 3 for an inning. And I don't think he gets the quality start, so you don't have the 4. Wainwright, good pitcher. Cardinals are going to be favored here, so Snell probably won't get the win, hopefully. So I just think that Snell here, 27.5, it's going to be tough, that 0.5 to get to if he somehow gets the 27, but I think he's going to struggle here. Cardinals, very good, the best among the majors in against left-handed pitching. And then Wainwright, this is going to be an over. So just talking about how he's favored. So Wainwright is someone who will go deeper in games. So he's going to be probably eligible for a quality start and also the win. So that's why I think Wainwright is probably a little bit too low. Should probably be close to a 30 projection. And for righties against the Padres, when they face righties, WRC plus without Tatis still 23rd, 87 WRC plus, 22.4 K rate. So, not like anything amazing. So, the veteran here in Wainwright, I think he can definitely hit the over on this pitcher quality start and be eligible for a win. And then on to the new props that first I'll talk about pitching outs, but also like some of the pitches thrown for these guys. So, gotta talk about them together. And the first one is gonna be Kevin Gausman at 18, right here, and this will be an over. So against the White Sox have some injuries right now, and against righties, White Sox 82 WRC plus, third worst in the league, 5.9% walk rate. Gausman doesn't walk anyone anyway, but the White Sox, they are dead last in walk rate. They don't really K a lot, so that's why I'm going to prefer the other props than the strikeouts. But Gausman's just a stud. He gets he has a splitter, so he's going to be able to get ground balls. And you look at batted balls, ground ball rate, White Sox, third highest ground ball percentage against righties. So a lot of this data for the White Sox just bodes well for Gausman. But I also really like his pitches thrown. I think I will prefer his pitching outs because I think at least he gets a 6, and if he doesn't, still a push, or I should say, at least it is a push, and was the possibility of going over. But 95.5 on underdog, it's at 97.5. So just in comparison, you're getting some value here for Gausman on PrizePicks. And looking at bullpen usage, this is something I'm going to start talking about. The Blue Jays, they use a lot of their bullpen on Sunday. They had a day off on Monday, but they had a very high scoring game against the Angels. They had to use a lot of their bullpen guys because of Barrios struggling. And so they probably are going to try to let Gausman pitch at least 6. Hopefully he can get to 7 just so this bullpen can get some rest. So I like both these props for Gausman. And then the other one is going to be Eric Lauer. So the same thing with him, 93.5. And then on pitching outs, he's at 18.5. So I think both of these are great. This one, I don't really have a lean like Gausman, but I like them both because the same thing, once again, so the Brewers, they played a doubleheader on Monday, and they used Hader in both games. They had to use basically a bunch of pitchers. Devin Williams might not be available today either, so if they got 2 of their best relievers not available, they probably want Eric Lauer to go pretty deep in the game. And Lauer, if you want to take a strikeout props, I like that too. This Cubs team, they definitely do struggle, but again, you're going to have to deal with the weather, and we're on the hitting for Monday. We're kind of on the pitching side here, at least for Lauer, and, hopefully it doesn't, pull the opposite way and Lauer just gets blown up. But Lauer, he's been very good this season. He had a tough matchup last time against the Cardinals, so he only got 1 strikeout. But the Cubs, a much weaker offensive team, and the bullpen definitely needs some rest. So I like Lauer for pretty much all of his pitching props today. And then on to hitting. So for fantasy score, it's going to start off with Ahmed Rosario, 5.5 against Kansas City, taking out Daniel Lynch. Lynch, a lefty. Rosario has had reverse splits so far this year, but I would expect him to be back to what he's been in the past, which is hitting much better against lefties. And he has speed. He will steal. So if he's able to get a stolen base, he's going to be hitting the over with only a 5.5 projection. Batting second behind Straw, walks at a high rate. Can get on base, so Rosario could be batting with a guy ahead of him. And then Jose Ramirez, the best hitter on the team, batting behind him, which he can definitely just bring Rosario in with 1 swing of the bat. So like Rosario, the Royals have one of the worst bullpens in the league. So whether Lynch goes deep or not, Rosario should be able to put up some points. A nice low projection here. And then Aaron Judge at 7. So I don't like Noah Syndergaard. He's not awful, but also he's not that great. But you're kind of getting some discounted lines here with the Yankees. So I do like Judge, and I also do like Anthony Rizzo at 6. Rizzo's been kind of struggling, but he is supposed to have better numbers. That's what the advanced stats say. And he's only at 6 projection, so nice round number, can at least push. And this Angels bullpen, they're improved from previous seasons, but still they're not like anything like a shutdown bullpen. Yankees playing at home, so much better bullpen than if they were in Anaheim. And that short porch, basically everywhere in this Yankee Stadium. And looking at their total, they're close to 5 runs, 8 miles blowing in, but these guys, they have massive power, so don't really mind that. And their projections are just a little bit too low in my opinion. And then for a doubleheader for the Twins and Tigers, gonna like Jorge Polanco at 6.5. They're taking on I forgot what his name is, but I think it's like a young pitcher, might be a rookie for the Tigers, and they're actually going with a bullpen game in game 1. So this game 2, it might be very difficult for the Tigers to keep these Twins in check. Looking at the actual starter, it is Joey Wentz. He had a rough outing last time, and Polanco, a switch hitter, he basically bats well both sides. So it doesn't matter if he's going to be batting righty against Wentz or lefty later on against the bullpen, but switch hitter, he has power. Hopefully Buxton can play in game 2, just have someone else that Polanco can bring home. But I like Polanco at 6.5. I think the Tigers, they definitely could struggle here. They're probably going to be taxing their bullpen a ton, and that's going to definitely go well for these Twins hitters. Now on to hits and walks. So attacking Blake Snell with Paul Goldschmidt, 1.5 hits and walks, taking the over on this one. Goldschmidt is an MVP candidate. He's been absolutely on fire, and Blake Snell, the reason why I'm taking this is because it includes walks. And talking about Blake Snell, he has control issues. He will walk guys. Goldschmidt, he's got a high walk rate, 10%. He's been leading the league in the past seasons. So really like that. And he's just on fire, hitting really well. And if you look at his splits against lefties, this is insane. 515, walk 5 times, 17 hits. So that's 22 hits plus walks in 38 plate appearances. That's not going to continue, but I mean, this is insane. I don't think we're ever going to see this great of a hits and walks play for the over. So really like this one. I would say it's a lock. And then going to go with his teammate for runs and RBIs, Tommy Edman. Hopefully Goldschmidt will be doing or be able to drive in Edman when he gets on base. Edman, a very good hitter against lefties. He hits for a much higher contact against lefties. So I really like that. And again, Snell can walk guys. Edman can definitely get on base. Steele, Snell kind of struggles with holding runners on base. And again, Goldschmidt, Arenado, 2 guys that hit lefties really well. And also another thing is that this game, the wind is blowing out, which obviously it kind of sucks for Wainwright, but it definitely sucks for Blake Snell. So going to take the overs for Edman and Goldschmidt for those categories. And then last one's going to be Luis Urias at 0.5, attacking Justin Steele. So win game, Urias should be hitting probably second against a lefty or third, depending on where they bat Yelich. But again, the wind going to be blowing out again. Not as strong, but still similar conditions. We should see a pretty high run total for this game. And the Cubs, they definitely had to use a lot of their bullpen guys as well. And Urias, he should be able to play and not be at any pinch hit risk. So really like his runs and RBI prop. I'm going to have it as a lock as well. So Urias, Goldschmidt, Gausman, and Snell are my favorite plays as of now, as well as that Colorado-Miami if that game does end up playing. So that is it for the video for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I really do appreciate all the support. Got a lot of views on the Monday video, and hopefully for anyone that's coming over with the NBA kind of on a short break before the finals, that you guys are able to maybe learn some things about MLB and of course make some money off of these picks. So again, I'll update my picks as I usually do on my Twitter. Gonna need to do that a lot more, I would think, because they've been adding on and updating props in the morning on the day of these games. So gonna have to do that. And again, yeah, things could change. So be sure to follow and be on the lookout for those picks. And thank you guys again for the support, for the views and everything, a like. So good luck on the slate, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.